Hello everyone and welcome back to the Boo Review. Today we're going to be talking about a leak which possibly shows that major characters will be returning in the 60th anniversary. But without no further ado, let's get straight into the video. So I come across this clip quite a while ago and it first gave me the idea. Look closely and see what you can see. Notice anything odd? Now if you look closely, as you can see I've highlighted, I believe that can actually be the 11th Doctor or the 11th Doctor figure, some sort of a figure that emulates the 11th Doctor running across the screen in the chaos. Now here's the video once again so you can see it again. Now, I think it's very interesting that we see someone so similar to the 11th Doctor running in the 60th anniversary. Now, you may just think, oh, this is just a coincidence, but interestingly, the BBC News, when it was first filming in Bristol, when the 60th was filming in Bristol, they actually released a clip of the filming of what was going on, and if you look at this clip that they released, just before you get onto the 11th Doctor figure, it was cut. Now, is this a coincidence? I don't think so. I think they're trying to keep this secret because I think this character who looks like the 11th Doctor is more than he may appear. Here's the clip if you haven't seen it. So it's quite interesting to see that they cut it because, you know, if it was nobody special and it was just someone who looked like the 11th Doctor but isn't the 11th Doctor, then why did they cut it then? I think it's a bit too much of a coincidence that, plus considering he looks like the 11th Doctor. Now, both Russell T Davies and David Tennant has said we still don't know a lot about the 60th anniversary, which could be a clue because if you think about it, episode 2, Wild Blue Yonder, isn't actually, we don't know much about it. A lot of it is redacted, like in the teasers we saw like 2 shots of the Doctor and Donna in some sort of spaceship and the rest was redacted. So I feel like if we are going to have major characters, it's going to mostly be in the second episode because there's so much secrecy around it that there has to be something major happening there. Also, I feel like we know so much about the 60th anniversary, Beat the Meat, the Wraith Warriors, the 14th Doctor, Donna. So I feel like we know so much because there's still so much that we don't actually know, which is quite interesting. I feel like another reason we've been allowed to see so much in the 60th anniversary is probably because there is still a lot for us to see. I feel like they've shown us what we expect to see, but I feel like there are major things in the 60th anniversary which they've kept under wraps. Perhaps they've shown us a lot to keep us from looking too deeply into what else the 60th anniversary contains. Because if you think about it, although it's not completely surprising, nobody really expected in a way for the 60th anniversary to contain Gallifrey. I mean, whilst it is to be expected, it wasn't like confirmed sort of thing. So in the teaser, when it mentioned Gallifrey, it was quite a surprise in a way because looking at the teasers and trailers beforehand, you wouldn't have really thought Gallifrey played a major part. So it just comes to show that things will play major parts that we still don't know. So I think the Gallifrey thing, hearing that we have it confirmed that Gallifrey is going to be in the 60th anniversary, I feel like is a major hint towards us still having major things which we haven't seen yet. Now, another sign that major characters are returning is if you think about it, Russell T Davies got the idea of David and Catherine returning in the watch-alongs of The Runaway Bride back in 2020. Now, we also know with the other watch-alongs, some people actually contributed to extra filming, like they recorded extra things. Like I know Arthur Darvill did, and Sylvia, Donna's mum, actually filmed his stuff as well. So I feel like, did he possibly get ideas of other characters returning from that? Maybe this was a sign for him to see who was willing to return to Doctor Who, and therefore he added it into the 60th anniversary. Now, I feel if we are going to have major characters, which I do believe we are, returning, I feel like it's going to be only short cameos. Possibly the 14th Doctor isn't set in his regeneration. Perhaps he keeps going back and forth to other regenerations, allowing us to see other Doctors, which is a possible thing. And maybe most of this happens in episode 2, which is why there's so much secrecy around the second special. Perhaps through the specials he's trying to fix his face, because if you think about it, his reaction to it was a shock, but also a slight hint of like he was horrified that he became the 10th Doctor again. So I feel like maybe through the specials he's trying to fix what's going on, and I feel like this is why he switches between, and then eventually I feel like he switches to the 15th Doctor. Also, another sign towards major characters returning is, if you think about it, we have just had it announced that Mel will be appearing in Series 14, but interesting enough, from fan filming, we've also heard the mention of a character called Mel in the 60th anniversary. If you haven't seen that clip, here it is.
Action! Oh yeah.
So that's quite interesting. In the 60th anniversary, there's a character called Mel. Would they really name another character called Mel in the 60th anniversary? I feel like it'd be the wrong time to do that, and I feel like this is another major hint towards it. Because if you think about it, maybe this isn't the first time that Mel returns in the RTD2 era. So possibly she returns in the 60th anniversary, and maybe other characters returning in Series 14, if there are, don't first appear there and first appear in the 60th anniversary. Also, back on the day of the announcement of the 15th Doctor, when Russell T Davies was speaking about Chris Chibnall's The Power of the Doctor, he did seem to quite like it. Here's the clip once again.
It was lovely, Jodie Whittaker, who I adore. I spoke to her yesterday. We phoned her yesterday to tell her about shooting, and she's still the Doctor. She's got an enormous finale, epic finale, 90-minute finale in October.
Now, why this is so important is perhaps he's using the support group to get characters back, because if you think about it, Kate Stewart, who we also know will be appearing in Series 14, did say she was looking to recruit people, and funnily enough, it cuts to a shot of Mel laughing. Now, is this a sign that not only will Kate be recruiting other characters from the Doctor's past, but it may also show that we're getting other characters from that support group in the 60th anniversary and beyond. So I feel like this is once again another hint towards that other major characters are returning. All of this makes it extremely likely that we will be having major characters returning. I do believe we will, although it's not surprising we have David and Catherine back because Russell T Davies did work with him. I would be surprised if it only focused around them. I mean, if you think about the 50th anniversary, we obviously had the current Doctor and Companion at the time, Matt Smith and Jenna Coleman, and then we had Billy Piper back, we had John Hurt, we had Tom Baker, we had David Tennant, so I feel like we will be getting more characters back as well. And I feel like even in the 50th anniversary, they still made a way for other Doctors to be involved. So I feel like the 60th anniversary will follow suit in a way. So that's really interesting. But I do think major characters will be returning. I feel like these are all big hints towards the fact that they will be returning. But it's only a matter of time till we find out.